Have you ever wondered why we dream or what dreams actually are? Think about it for a second. Both of your eyes are closed, but you have a vivid vision. You can see everything that's going on. Not only that you can see, you can actually feel everything that's going on, but you cannot do anything about it. You can see, but both of your eyes are closed, man. You cannot open your eyelid, but you still have a vision. Better yet, I want you to think about people who sleepwalk. They're not conscious of themselves, but they're walking, they go to the bathroom, they open the fridge, they grab something to eat. They do many different things, but they're not conscious of their behavior. Why is that? It's amazing, isn't it? So guys, I'm not gonna talk about dreams in this video, but I just want you to think about it, right? The mind, however, it's what create your reality based on what you do. Everything you recorded in the mind, everything you put in the mind, it's gonna organize itself to make sense to create a reality for you. That's what it is. So we're gonna talk about cells in this video, guys. Watch the whole video. Because what I'm about to unpack for you guys, amazing stuff. And I'll try my best to give you guys great example to amaze you, okay? So what we have here, we have a single cell, a neuron, okay? So try to remember the terminologies, the names. Once you remember the names, let's say if I'm talking about a behavior and I mention, oh, this neuron communicate with each other, dendrite this, you have a clear understanding. Because they're the microorganism that we cannot see, but they are us. They create our personality. They create our habits. They create who we are. They create our features, expression, our mood, everything you can think of. We are cells. So if we can understand the small organism, trust me, it'll be very easy for you to understand everything about yourself, guaranteed. Okay, guys? So what do we have here? We have dendrites. Dendrites are the little branches you can see hanging around the cell body, okay? So there are dendrites. The purpose of dendrites, guys, is to receive information from neighboring neurons, like neurons around it. It takes information. Let's say one neuron trigger, boom. Then that neuron gonna pass on a message, and the message gonna be received from the dendrites. So what's gonna happen? It's gonna transfer to the cell body, the nucleus. Okay. So guys, the nucleus basically means seed. Okay, so the purpose of the nucleus is our genetic makeup. Like, let's say the way your parents look. Let's say you have your parents' features and you have your parents' expression. Because, for example, let's say some people, the way they react to certain things completely different from other people. Some people react calmly to certain situation, or when they're under pressure, they manage to control themselves a little bit better. It could be something that they grab from their parents. Okay, some people react more aggressively towards a situation. It could be something that they grab from their parents. So the location is the seed, guys, the nucleus. Okay, it's what nucleus means, actually, little seed. So the cell body contains, like, let's say, protein, many other things. All right, guys. So when the dendrites, when the receivers receive information from other neurons, it travel to axons. Okay, so it's basically electricity passing on. You can say a memory or something. Okay, remember the pattern, guys. Thoughts, emotion, and behavior. Thoughts associate itself with emotion. If you have a thought, if you trigger a thought, man, it will create some sort of feeling. It's the same reason while you're sleeping, you can see what's going on when you're dreaming, right? You're able to feel exactly what's going on while you're dreaming because of the thought, and it triggers the emotion also. But the fact that, you're sleeping, you can't really do much about it. You're just looking at the image and you can feel what's going on in the image, your heart rate going up, everything else, all right? It's because of memories always associate with some sort of emotion. Remember that, okay, guys? So what happened once the chemicals, the memory, the dendrite receive it, and it travel to something called axon. It goes all the way down, and after that, it goes to the axon terminal. Okay, once it reaches the axon terminal, then there's something I call synapse. Okay, synapse will be, it's the opposite from dendrites, you can say, or like, but it's the other side. So the synapse will be at the end. Okay, so synapse will send information to the other neuron, to the other, let's say, dendrite, in a form of neurotransmitter. Like we always talk about dopamine, right? Everyone knows about dopamine. Yo, everyone, if you're on social media, well, you're on YouTube, so you definitely know about dopamine. Okay, so it's a form of neurotransmitter. Then it transfer to the other neuron. Once it's transferred, it's basically an action potential: thoughts, emotion, and action. So once the chemical transfer, once we feel a certain way, we feel like acting on that mood because the chemical already sent, the electricity already sent. Okay, so now the electricity gonna travel back to its original state. Do you see how cool that is? Let me explain it to you. So basically, let's say a song you haven't heard in a while, a childhood song or something. It was the best song, you know the lyrics and everything. Now you an adult, you don't think about the song throughout your life. You forget all about the song. It's gone. And somebody end up playing the song. Boom, memory activate, and you start remembering the lyrics back again. How did that happen? It's because once the cell with the memory already there, the neuron already formed, it's gonna stay there until there's a cue to trigger it back. Is the reason, if you want to remember something, you need a cue for you to recall it back. It's the only way. Okay, it's the reason people always say, oh, my memory is bad, I can't remember this. It's because they don't have a cue on the front of them to remind them of the thing, not that their memory really bad. Once we have a cue in the front of us, we can recall whatever we exercise in our mind. So it's the reason, let's say, you know something, and later on you feel like you can't remember it. You just need a cue to recall that neuron. Once it happened, boom, it's gonna fire again. And after that, it'll go back to the resting state. Is the reason they always say, if you want to change a habit or if you want to let go of certain things, out of sight, out of mind. If you don't see it, you're not going to feel tempted to do it. Let's say you want to let go of drinking alcohol, for instance. Yo, stay far away from a bar. Stay far away from alcohol commercial. Because the minute you see one bottle, the memory gonna trigger and it's gonna send that chemical. When that mood kick in, you're gonna feel like taking action. So always remember that, guys. Man, any little thing can trigger a neuron. And once it's triggered, it will come with a feeling. It will come with some sort of mood. And it's going to require a lot of self-control for you to be like, let me not do it. I better not do it. But the chemical already flooded your system. It's the reason you feel like you have the urge to do it. But you're trying to hold yourself back as if there is something inside of you, something not even a part of you, pushing you to go do something that you feel like it's not right to do. Think about it for a second. So it's the reason you must know yourself. It's very important because we have different things working for us, against us at the same time. But if we train the mind the right way, then it's going to work to our benefits, guaranteed. So myelin sheath will be the coding thing you see just circling the axon. The purpose of myelin sheath is to send the information quicker. Okay, so let's say an axon doesn't have any myelin sheath around it. So what's going to happen? The information will travel a lot slower. It will go very, very slow. But once it has myelin sheath around it, it'll go very quick. Like, oh, I'm trying to make this sound like fast electricity. Okay, guys. So it's something to keep in mind, and you have to keep something in mind also. All neurons has ions, negative charge and positive charge. Okay, so when a neuron fire a positive charge, whoop, electricity gone. Let's say you trigger a thought. So what happened? Electricity traveled from different neurons and neighboring neurons. For example, you know what a house look like. Okay, you know what a house shape like. But in a house, you will know windows, doors, doorknobs, keys, different other things. So a group of neurons, a group of neural network combine together to create that formation for you to know, okay, window, curtain, kitchen, bedroom, different other things. Once you walk in, you can see many different things. You can see spoon, you can see couch, you can see different things that you know. So it's basically the neural network working together, sending information left and right to make sense of whatever you're looking at. If you didn't have, you know what? You can think of a neuron as like a memory card to save information. Because if you don't have an information saved in your head, what's going to happen? You're going to wonder, what is it? What's the name of it? Then once you get once you know the name and you associate with some sort of emotion, the way you feel about the thing, that's how it's going to save. So the next time you expose yourself or the next time you see the same exact thing, no, you're not going to create a new neuron. You're going to trigger the same exact one. You stimulate it. So that information, that neuron will become stronger because you exercise it. It's the reason when you do something for the very first time, you look confused. Even when you do it the second time, you still kind of like a little bit slow about it. You don't fully get it yet. But the more you expose yourself to it, then you get to understand it. It's the reason they would say neuron that fire together, wire together. So the more a neuron, like a neural network, fire together, a group of neurons fire together, the more it's going to strengthen itself. It will become stronger until you understand the thing clearly, vividly, without a problem. So do you understand how important the cells actually, well, we are the cells. They're very important to understand, guys. So back to dreaming is the reason when you're sleeping, because the neurons, they don't really sleep. They're always working. You know, consciousness could be sleeping, of course. Both of your eyes closed because you need to charge, you need to rest, right? Some part of your brain for you to make decision. Because your subconscious never sleep, to be quite honest with you. So you sleep to charge up, for you to make good decisions, for you to think clearly. But the rest of the brain just working is the reason when you see you have a crazy dream. The reason you're able to see what's going on in the dream, you're able to see everything, it's because vision located in the back of the head, occipital lobe, right? So you're able to see everything. So because you can see everything, the memory, everything, the neurons, they firing and stuff, they firing chemicals. That's the reason you experience anxiety or whatever type of dream you're having. It could be a good dream. Some people, they have decent dreams. So do you get the purpose of neurons? I just want you to understand it because I'm going to talk about neurons a lot. And it's very important for you to understand it because if you do, you'll understand behavior. You will understand so many different things I could talk about here. I could talk about many different types of behavior. Then you'll be like, oh, shoot, it makes sense. Guys, we are built to win. Whoever, I could say, designed us, whoever created us, we are designed to become the best version of ourselves. We are designed to win. But we must understand ourselves in order to believe in ourselves for us to go and take concrete action. Guaranteed. So it's the reason, guys, in this channel, what do we do here? We learn, we push, and we grow to become the best version of ourselves. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button for more great content. If you have anything to say, let it out in the comment section. See you next time. Ciao.